Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Friar Chuck here, and playoff baseball is back in Boston. We are hosting this series, for the most part, against Baltimore. Let's just hop in. Like I said in the last episode, I want to do a series per episode. So Orioles are right there with us. Not wearing those. I do want to wear the Reds, though. At Fenway, we love to see it. Okay, so they are starting Kyle Bradish. I think we've got to go with Cutter Crawford here. We will start him and then just see how they're... I can't really tell their lineup. There's a lot of lefties. Let's go out and check their roster from here. So we need... In a game that we can control, we really need to... Orioles. Okay, so... Lineup versus a lefty. Jorge Mateo, Ryan Mountcastle, he hits lefties really well, so don't want to... Gunnar Henderson doesn't hit lefties as well. Tyler O'Neill does. Adley Rutschman hits him pretty well. Crawford doesn't. Cowser doesn't really. Heston Kjerstad doesn't. Jordan Westburg doesn't. So the problem is the really good members, the really good parts of their lineup hit them just pretty much just fine. So I don't think I can give Detmers the start in the first game of the playoffs. The only reason he was first in my rotation was actually let's just change that now. The only reason he was first in my rotation was just because it fit in better for Crochet. And actually, we're actually going to do this. We're taking Bello out of the rotation for Walker Buehler. And we'll do that. Okay. We'll do that. Playoff experience is definitely important, and Buehler has it, so. Cutter Crawford will get the start. They've got Kyle Bradish on the mound, so I don't want Nick Senzel in. I don't know what my alternative is, though. I don't really have a lot of options. This is not great. I guess Senzel's going to have to play. He's not batting there, though. I guess it would be Blake Sabol. Because then I would put Yoshida out in the field. So I don't really want that either. So I guess this will work. So I guess the Nick Senzel signing really did come in clutch. We needed a guy. We are here for our first. We are here for the first playoff game of the series. It's a beautiful sight. It's a night game. We are here in Fenway.
Boston Red Sox. First pitch coming your way next.
Orioles are still a young team, but they've been to the playoffs the last couple of years, so something's got to give. Eventually, they'll where we stop calling him inexperienced, and we've got some guys that do have quite a bit of postseason experience. Alex Bregman obviously has been there a ton with the Astros. Walker Buehler, who we talked about. It's a lot of the reason why I left him on the rotation, left him on the roster.
Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi, and we're just about set to get to go now. And pitching
Here you see
in this game,
Cutter Crawford's
What should we keep
stats.
an eye on here?
Sure, he didn't really expect to be, starting the month of September. I don't think he probably expected to be the first guy starting off the playoffs for us, but it is what it is. Pitch is away, and it is ball one.
Cedric Mullins,
And the playoffs are underway.
And a foul ball. Next offering is foul back.
Fouled off by Cedric Mullins, and that is a 1-2 count. This is a dangerous Orioles lineup.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
And we get him swinging.
Definitely made him chase a little bit.
First batter, first strikeout for Cutter Crawford. Now the dangerous Ryan Mountcastle up.
In the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Ryan Mountcastle at the plate now. That's ball one. And another ball. One out, base is empty. Outside low, and that's ball three.
3 down. 3-0. First plate appearance postseason. Yes, thank you for that.
That's ball four. Tried another fastball.
And we walk him on 4 straight pitches, so Ryan Mountcastle represents the first base runner of the game.
And now Gunnar Henderson. In the dirt, but kept close.
I'm going to go ahead and throw over to second just in case.
Henderson,
up, he's
23
obviously
years
also a
old,
problem.
and he's won a Silver Slugger in the American League.
Fouled that one off. That was a pitch to hit.
Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2.
We got away with one there.
Gunnar Henderson was, of course, the Rookie of the Year a couple years ago.
Against a guy like this.
Kind of the face of the Big East movement here in
Swing and a miss.
Baltimore, and that will get him swinging. 2 strikeouts for Cutter Crawford.
Here's Tyler O'Neill.
They are in danger of stranding
Denise
Ryan
for a
Mountcastle.
strike.
Tyler O'Neill, who actually was a Red Sox last year, if I remember correctly.
Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2.
Yes, well, he was. So St. Louis, Boston, and then to Baltimore in free agency.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Wong down to
Drop
first.
third strike,
That completes
and
the
that
strikeout,
will
and that'll do it.
end the inning.
And we're back here at Fenway Park.
Kyle Bradish up to the plate now. Cutter Crawford actually did have a
12-6 curve
better season than him, so I think we've got the advantage at pitcher.
At the top of the strike zone for a strike. Hitters.
Nice play over there at second, and that is out number
That's
1.
a great play. Here's Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman with a big hit to start off the postseason. That's going to get down for a double as it rolls to the monster. He slides in head first. And with 1 out, we've got a runner in scoring position for Rafael Devers.
Now it's Devers at the plate. In the air, out towards right
It's going
center.
to be a weak pop out to right
Makes the
field.
catch. Two
Keep
down.
Bregman exactly where he is. No sense in sending him in this point in the
Now
game.
batting Tristan Casas.
Casas got better as the regular season went on. I was
And it's
late on
fouled
that.
off.
This would be huge right here if they could get on the board and be the first ones to score in this one with the home field advantage. Get that crowd behind you and just intimidate the opposition a little bit more.
Oh,
And that, oh, yeah, that's going to be it. That was like Jaron Duran. Maybe we make it, but
Game 1 of this wild card series.
Colton Cowser up to the plate now. The youngster
Back to work.
getting what I'm guessing is his first postseason at backs. I don't think he's going to roster last season.
Legends really are cemented in the postseason.
The first round pick. Lots of those on the Orioles.
Derek Jeter as Mr. November or Randy Johnson.
We mentioned them a few times earlier around trades. They moved Jackson Holiday to the Rockies for Chase Dollander, as they to be able to handle that one pretty easily out in left field.
Quick out number 1. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. In there for strike 1.
Well, on that idea of postseason reputations, Boog, mention players like Carlton Fisk, Reggie Jackson.
That's a trade that I do think makes a lot of sense for both. Well, I don't know so much for the Rockies. I guess if they just said, you know what, we don't need pitching, we just need bats. Then it makes sense from that. Jackson Holiday, when he's up in the majors last year for the Orioles, he kind of struggled.
That's out to center field.
To center field, Rafaela
under it.
Should be there.
Pulls it
It
in
is
for the out.
out.
And there's 2 away. Jordan Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles. Went with the sweeper, but it misses.
Out of the zone. Ball 1.
Hey! I got a ball, 1 strike.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 out, space is empty. Swings through
Strikeout.
and it's a strikeout.
Got him swinging.
He's notched 4 strikeouts.
We're through 2. Crawford has yet to give up a hit.
Boston, we head to the bottom of the 2nd. Now here's the Red Sox.
We've got Masataka Yoshida.
Base knock right.
Man who started the season off on the trade. Be looking to trade him and has become one of our most valuable offensive players. That is a base hit for him.
That pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick.
With a right-handed batter, we just frankly cannot not have him in the lineup. Or with a right-handed pitcher, we can't not have him in the lineup.
Pretty gross right there.
Connor Wong does, interestingly enough, have 2 career home runs against Kyle Bradish.
Not close. And 1-1. Ed Drummond behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Maybe one of the most respected umpires around the league.
I hope y'all don't mind the fact that our, franchise rebuild team is in the playoffs in year 1. That's going to be a double play now in the inning. Oh, no, Yoshida was the first out. Okay. I knew that the Red Sox were a better team when I chose them for the when I chose them as our franchise. I just thought it would be a neat team to do. They had a good farm system. But there was room for improvement. Wilyer Abreu goes deep. We take a 1-0 lead. 4:27 to right field, and Wilyer Abreu gets the scoring started here in Boston. Perfect.
We knew it wasn't coming back. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor.
Now Nick Senzel.
That time he got punished for it.
Normally I wouldn't have him playing, but I don't have a lot of options.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock.
He gets a base hit.
So he gets on base.
I think he's playing shortstop today.
And here is Ceddanne Rafaela.
The David Hamilton injury kind of screwed things up, and the fact that I couldn't bring up a guy like Roman Anthony or Christian Campbell as Rafaela will reach first. Ground ball, hits the pitcher. We're doing some damage here with 2 outs. Duran hits that one well, but not nearly enough. And that ends the inning, but Wilyer Abreu gave us the lead
1-0 lead.
Solo
Back
shot to
inside
right
Fenway
field.
Park. Here's Adley Rutschman.
And the Orioles are going to have to work from behind.
That misses.
Yeah, I really wasn't interested this year in doing a team that was just really bad and didn't have a lot of hope. I thought about the Rays, but there's nothing interesting on their roster. There's really not.
Stanford great Christian McCaffrey. Seriously, what can't
And
Rutschman do on the field?
so then it really came down to
Everything was on time.
Boston, Seattle, and San Diego, and I think any one of the three of those teams,
Always feel good.
Boston's probably
In the box now, take strike one.
in this game anyway, as far as overalls go, they were probably the worst.
Wide of third.
Of course, you see out of the
One ball.
In the dirt.
with
Nice
the
job behind the plate there.
as the season's gone on, we were the only one of them that made the playoffs.
Is it first?
No, actually, I think
Game one of the wild
San Diego
card
made the playoffs.
series.
Seattle did not. But hey,
Gets a piece and stays alive. And the righty deals.
but if I would have ended up
Still
doing
1-2.
San Diego, it would have been basically a complete teardown. Getting rid of all the older players on their roster,
Battling
you know,
here as he
Xander
fouls it away.
Bogaerts,
Throw him another breaking ball.
Manny
Trying to get
Machado,
the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard
Yu
time catching
Darvish,
up.
people like that, and then just kind of building back around the,
That one to first, and that's just foul.
you know, the two, Jackson Merrill and
That
Fernando
one out to
Tatis.
right,
You know,
Abreu brings it in, and there's one down.
I don't want you to gather it there. I want you to be able to just
Cedric
know.
Mullins now at the plate. Struck out
Going to
swinging
email.
his first time. And he swings and
Strike one to
misses at the
Cedric
initial
Mullins.
offering.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
Ball.
In the dirt.
One ball, two strikes to count.
got a couple balls get away from
Chases the fastball.
Wong today, because that's another strikeout. I believe that's number 5 for Cutter Crawford.
Inside pitch there, and just exactly
Number
the
2 outs.
opposite kind of
Ryan
approach that
Mountcastle
you
back
want
up
with
now.
2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly,
Dramatically
fooled,
running
but I
down the
think
first
even
baseline
more
at him.
so, you question the 2-strike approach.
That one finds the zone. And a count 1.
We are unfortunately already at 46 pitches through 2 2/3. We'll see how much play we can get with him.
Rutschman
The bullpen is where I am
two away.
kind of worried.
Stays alive. And a swing and a miss.
Strike 3,
And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
and
So
we
one
come
hit
out
is
unscathed.
back now at Fenway. Bottom of the inning. And
Alex
stepping
Bregman
in
up
for
now.
Boston, Alex Bregman. Out to short, Henderson.
It's early on that. That was a pretty good pitch to hit.
Tosses
I
to
thought I
first.
waited too.
Leadoff hitter gone in the third. Devers now. He's 0 for 1.
Devers did manage to get past 100 RBIs, so good year from him.
That one is blasted.
Devers is going to send that to the opposite field, bounce it off of the monster, and that should be enough to get him into second.
First move felt like a bit of a guess.
I'd like to see statistics on how many parks that's a home run at.
Away from you awfully quickly.
Obviously, with the, you know, speaking of the height, no other stadium has got a fence this tall. But that's also only 310 feet out there. So, you know, where does that, in relation to how many other parks does that get out at? It's just curious. If we were on that, he was sitting that a freaking mile.
Out to center.
That's no good.
Mullins. Sizing
That's no
this one
good.
up. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down. So now the DH
Yoshida is up now.
Yoshida. 1 for 1
That's
with a single
arguably
so
the
far.
best season of his career. Not a very long career. This is, I think, year 4.
Up the middle.
We're
And
sending
that's
Devers
a
around
base
third.
hit. Devers headed home.
He's going to get there.
He'll score easily.
2-0
And
Red
it's an
Sox.
RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Yoshida brings
2
Devers
outs,
around
runner
to
at
score.
first. Here's the
with
catcher,
a
Connor Wong.
hit that we've become very
Swings
familiar
through
with.
that one. 0-1.
You know, something out of the zone that he just kind of throws his bat at and manages to reach on.
Hit on the ground to short.
And Wong
Henderson
is going to ground out
fires
to
across
the
the diamond.
inning.
That's
But
out
we get
number
another
3.
run. Devers with a big
Back in
double.
Boston, John
And
Shelby
Yoshida
with
brings
Chris
him around
Singleton,
with a
and set to lead
little
off the
bloop
fourth,
single.
Gunnar Henderson.
Top of the fourth now.
And that
Crawford
one
delivers to
fouled
Gunnar
off.
Henderson.
You know, these Orioles, as this game goes on, have
He's
to
only
be
a
more
second-round pick.
disciplined
That's
at the
crazy.
plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact.
Just
on
to show you,
pitches that
something,
chasing outside
draft
the
position is
strike
not
zone.
everything.
You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight
That's a strikeout for
strikeouts.
Crawford.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous.
I may look to
to
up the
his
difficulty, I don't know.
already,
It's
so this lineup hasn't had much success.
I've said before I'm really not very good at this
I'm
game.
impressed with what we're seeing here.
And now,
And
Tyler
I'm
O'Neill.
not. It's but we may be a little bit too low. There's too many difficulties in this game. That's the problem.
That one's in there, and it's 1-1.
These fans have to feel good right about now. This series not going to be easy, but they have the lead at home in game 1. That brings the anxiety down a few notches. So, Boog, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college
1-2
student and
count,
having the
2.
opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Tyler
Yeah, in
O'Neill.
fact, 1990, a couple of college
It's a guy I wish we
classmates
had,
and
but
were
I do
in
have a.
college. We bought standing room tickets.
I do
and then
plan
the
to be
next
pretty
night got a
aggressive in
chance
free
to
agency.
see
There's a
the
reason
Red
that I
Sox
cleared up
clinch the
all that
East
salary.
against the White Sox in that sliding catch.
Getting rid of Trevor Story and Lucas
The
Giolito.
Red Sox would end up losing to the Oakland A's in the playoffs, but
traded
that's
somebody
one
else
of the
too. I can't
things
remember
that
who it
I'll
was.
think about in terms of memories.
Patrick
from going to
Sandoval,
college
that's
and going
right.
to Fenway.
I want to be aggressive in free
This
agency.
one in
There's
the
guys
air.
out there,
Casas
Um,
gets under it.
and the Red Sox are not somebody
He's
that
got
just
it,
sits
and
on
now
their,
in the end.
sits on their hands. They go out and they make moves.
Back
So,
here in Boston, and now the right fielder, William
there's a
Abreu.
guy that I have in mind that I would like to bring in. It will be tough
Up
because
the
he will
middle,
be
and he knocks it down.
very valuable, and
Gets
most
it there
teams
in
with money
time,
will be
though.
looking at
He
him.
keeps
But
his composure, and they get the out.
I think it's
Now
worth a look.
Nick Senzel.
Nick Senzel up to
He's
the plate
already
now.
singled in this game.
Kyle Bradish has given up 2 runs and 7 hits, but he's only thrown 22 pitches.
Breaking ball,
And that got him.
Well,
Senzel's going to reach base for the second time here.
Golf tournament this offseason.
I don't
So
like the way he's
Cedar Rafaela.
coming at my guys
Reached on
here.
an infield single his first time.
Rafaela up to the plate now. He reached last inning.
Chopped to third.
Chance for a double play here. There's
Second,
one,
he's out,
and
not in time at first.
Rafaela
It's a
manages to
fielder's
make it
choice.
to the plate.
So the batting
is
order
safe.
turns over. Now batting Jaron Duran.
0 for 2 for
in
Jaron
this one.
Duran. Fly out, ground out.
Foul ball.
Of course, won the batting title this year.
Measures 6 feet 2 inches.
So,
28 years old.
we're very
He's
proud
a
of him.
Former All-Star Game MVP. 2 outs. On the ground to the left.
And that is going to do it. They
They
throw it
take
over
the
to second.
force out,
Probably
third
is the
out, and
easier
that ends
out.
the frame. Welcome back.
2-0.
Winning the pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters
There you
have
see the
performed up to this
difference in
point.
starters. I think this is just something that would be exacerbated
back
if
to work.
Garrett Crochet was on the mound.
Off the plate inside, and that's ball 1.
You know, these Orioles just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
And that's downstairs. And now 2-0. And another ball.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
.3-0 now to Ryan O'Hearn. Not
Fouled
necessarily
off
a
left
guy that I
side.
want to pitch around.
Next offering is in
Corner,
for
so we
strike.
battled back here.
Boy, that was the pitch.
The 3-2
3-1.
count. Let's see if we can take the
Aggressive
at-bat.
on the fastball.
Fouled that one off. That was, I believe, the sixth. I think it was pitch number 7 of the at bat.
We'll see
Going to
another
8.
payoff pitch.
Crawford at 65 pitches, so something
And
to be
that
aware
one
of.
hammered.
And the
And out of here.
the Orioles are on the board. That is maybe the worst
And they're on
run
the
I've
board.
ever
It's
seen.
2-1. He kept
337
swinging, and
feet. He
paid
hit it
off.
far enough that I couldn't get to it, but that was so low. Again, I need the statistics on what parks that's actually a home run in. So I think Boston might be the only one. Well, I don't know. Baltimore's got a really short
Now, Jordan
right
Westburg
field fence too.
swinging a foul out of play.
Not short. I mean, it's narrow. They don't have a very deep right field, and they designed their roster that way.
That's off the mark. And
Or
it's
I think
0-1.
more their roster was already in place, and they redid their stadium
On
to
next batter.
reflect it. So pitch number 69, nice
Next pitch is
for
outside.
Carter Crawford, and that is going
Nobody
to be
on,
ball number 2.
nobody
This is
out with a
probably
run
the
in
last
here
inning for
in
Crawford.
game 1 of the
I
wild
can't
card series.
afford to give too many pitches here early on. I really don't want to go to the bullpen so early. I really need to get somebody warmed up. There's no outs here.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Going to the pen. Let's get... Paul Sewald's pitched a ton, but he's got postseason experience. Brennan Bernardino will warm up too. Paul Sewald with postseason experience, and Aroldis Chapman with quite a bit of
Swing and a
postseason
miss.
experience.
That one in the dirt.
That's a drop
Beats him
third
for the
strike, but
first
that is
out,
8
and that
Ks on the
completes
day
the
for
strikeout.
Cutter
That's
Crawford.
about as nasty of a splinter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement.
I'd really like for him to get through this inning. I'm also afraid of tiring him out.
If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
And now it's
And
going
we
to be
do technically
Adley
have a
Rutschman.
spare arm in Brayan Bello.
Grounds one to short. Senzel.
Because I moved him out of the
Gets it to
rotation
first.
for Walter Buehler.
Rutschman retired.
But
Jorge Mateo now.
again,
Flying
not
to right. His
not
first
really
time.
looking to wear him out in game 1 of the first series of the playoffs.
Swinging a foul straight back. Fastball is
Got
outside.
away from us. It's a ball.
Tap foul at the plate. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across, and we're at the top of the 5th.
We probably represent the 2 teams in the playoffs that don't have it, at least in the American League, that don't have a guy right now that we can just confidently say, yeah, that's our ace. He's better than your guy. I mean, Cutter Crawford has been very good this season, and there's a reason that he got the start today. But he's not Garrett Crochet. Okay, who do they have coming up? Gunnar Henderson, Cedric Mullins, Ryan Mountcastle. Ryan Mountcastle hits better against lefties, but the other 2 do not. So we're going to ready and waiting, Sewald. And then Bernardino will schedule to put in the game. So that's 5 innings of work for Crawford. Not a bad start at all. Gave up a really wimpy home run. This is probably the only place it was a home run. But hey, that's part of pitching in Boston. 2-0 for Bregman now. Bradish at 28 pitches. So if we want to chase him, we're going to have to do it through our offense. He's not coming out anytime soon for pitch count reasons. Even keeping in mind that this is the playoffs. That's a good hit for Bregman. He singles up the middle.
Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He's 2 for 3 today.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting
Rafael
averages
Devers
are
up
just
now,
so much
1 for
higher.
2 with
I
a
can
double.
watch base hits like that one all day
Double to the
long,
right
and
place
so
might be
can
enough
every
to get
hitting coach
Bregman
in the
home.
league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Into
That's
center.
base hit, I think. I hope it
And
is.
that'll get down for a hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody
You know, there's
out.
a certain point, like, you know, okay, yeah, base hit's a base hit, but like if I would have waited, would I have gotten a pitch that I could have actually done something with, as opposed to just a little blooper
And guys like
in
that,
center field.
they have a high contact rate and they have
See, that was definitely a ball, too. I
arrows
need to not
because of that
swing
bat
it.
being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough
Okay.
to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
That one's back up to
Grounder
the
might be
ooh.
2. There's one.
And that is a
First, but it pulls
oh,
him
he
off the
pulls him off the bag. They don't turn 2,
Next is the
but now there are
Masataka
2 outs
Yoshida.
for Yoshida. Casas does not run very well, so any ground ball probably gets him out.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base.
It's,
Get out of this.
Movement in the Orioles bullpen. Andrew Kittredge getting ready to go. On the ground.
When you're not a
right
terribly
side.
fast team, that's a double
Mateo
play.
throws to Henderson.
Assuming good
Over to
fielding.
first, safe.
Oh, Yoshida is safe. This Orioles team is not doing a good job of turning 2. We don't have speed out there. But that's a RBI for Yoshida, and the Red Sox are now at 3-1.
And first offering is fouled off.
We were early on
Red
that
Sox by 2.
pitch that we could have done something with. Wong's had some success against Bradish in the past, but he's 0 for 2 today.
Next offering is fouled.
Probably the first time he's faced him in the playoffs would be my guess. So I'm pretty positive of that because I kind of think Wong was a rookie last year.
And he couldn't hold back.
And
He's run
we
up on
are not able to
strikes.
hold up in time. I got antsy with that.
A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1.
So we do bring 1 around to score. And we are going to pull Cutter Crawford in the game. He will be on record for the win if we pull it out. And a loss would, of course, go on one of the members of our bullpen. Cedric Mullins, a 13th round pick in the MLB draft. So, again, draft positions don't really matter because Cedric Mullins has been a, kind of big part of the Orioles for the last several years.
Swinging a foul straight back. And it remains 2-2.
Orioles only 2 hits on the day. One of them was a big one. I do think I at least need to turn the pitching difficulty up because we're striking out entirely too many people.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this
It's
one.
supposed to be mostly based on overall.
Too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Zell dies for that. It is
So
too far.
With a 1-out single.
Bregman does not field that in the cleanly at all.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
We are up to tying run at the plate for Baltimore.
Fouled off. He was late. Hit on the ground might be 2.
That is hopefully a double play. Henderson runs well. Nope.
Digging in, Tyler O'Neill.
The double play is just not a thing in this game.
Out in front with the swing, and
Tyler
that is
O'Neill
strike
handles
1.
lefties really well.
And a foul ball.
Realistically, I probably should have pulled Bernardino in this situation.
To the right side. Slings to first. Out number 3.
3-1 lead.
Back down to the
And
bottom of
that
the
is
6th,
going to do
and
it
there's a new
for
pitcher on the mound.
lefty. None of them like lefties. I'm going to sit Paul Sewald because I would like to use him less. He's
Drew
a
Kittredge.
Just trying to
an
keep
older
this one
fella,
close here.
and
And
he's got a
this
lot
is
of
where a
innings.
bullpen can give their players a chance to fight
Will
back into
Abreu
the
up to the
game.
plate now.
On the ground. Lays
He's had some
out, but
goofy
he
plays.
can't squeeze it. The throw comes in too
Doesn't reach
late,
base
and
there.
they come away without an out. Nick
Base hit for
Senzel
him.
digs in now. Fought off foul.
Ooh, that was a. He left that somewhere he shouldn't have. Of course, our contact of power against righties, I don't know that would have mattered.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Lead runner around second. Trying to wiggle out of a rundown now.
Shit.
The relay to second, and they almost
We
caught
managed to
it,
come
but
back
it's back in
safe.
time.
I thought we had 3,
Really good
but
hustle out of the box to make it to second.
Abreu didn't run.
Otherwise, there's still a double play.
That's a double for Nick
opportunity
Senzel.
to try to get out of this jam.
Swing and a high fly
Rafaela.
ball struck left field. That's going back. Back some more. And it bangs off the monster.
2
Runner from
RBI
second
double
scores
for
as they add on.
Sidney Rafaela.
Waste no
And
time
it is
there.
a
He
5-1
absolutely
lead for the
ripped
Red
that ball out
Sox.
front and almost got it out of here, man. Just a really strong, balanced swing. And a fraction of an inch different on the bat. And it is probably out of here.
Out towards right
That's
center
a pretty
field.
decent pitch, man.
And
I'm not
puts the
tagging up
squeeze
on that. I don't know
one.
how good of an
Now
out,
there's
how,
one
how
away.
good of an arm the right field
You
they
know,
have.
Cindy, they talk about
Not
Red
great,
Sox nation,
apparently.
but there is
That was a
something
terrible
to
throw.
that because the Boston Red Sox
Double, a
aren't
single,
just
and a
about
run for
Boston
Bregman
or
today.
Massachusetts. It's that whole
He's had a
New
good game to
England
start the
area.
playoffs.
So you're
That's what we
talking
wanted.
about Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Northern Connecticut. There's a whole segment of the country that is locked in on the Boston Red Sox pitch to pitch throughout the summer. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
Early on that.
And he gets Bregman. Now two
And
out.
breaks out there.
Clearly just anxious
I
right
struck out there.
Understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like
This
you've
one
got
gets some
a
bad
lot of
pitches.
plate to cover,
Devers up to the
and
plate now. You see his hot
strike
zone there
out,
is basically
you
the whole
strike
thing.
out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but
That's not
because
the-
you
that's not
committed
the
to
hot
it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Hit well, right
And
field, way back.
is that
and
gonna
gone.
be fair ball? First home run of the
And they boost
postseason
their
for
lead.
Rafael
It's
Devers.
7-1. Two
It is
pitches,
a
two
7-1
swings, that one for a
lead.
home run.
Looking to be aggressive
For the
all
Red
way, and it
Sox.
paid off for him in a big way. Looks like this guy was looking out
Really
over
was
the
not sure if
plate
that was gonna
because
stay
he was
fair or
ready to
not.
turn on the inside fastball, so direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Manager out of the dugout, and
And that is going to chase Kittredge.
two outs, bases
They
empty.
bring in a lefty
Here's the
for
Boston
Casas.
cleanup
That's a
hitter,
good call.
Tristan Casas. And first offering is fouled off. That's a strike.
They travel really well.
Yeah, especially
and I
with
think
2 outs,
Red
that's a really
Sox
good
fans
call.
are
They're-
sprinkled all over the
Sometimes
country.
sometimes these managers don't make the
Cut on and miss.
the
struck
best
him
choices
out.
when it comes
That'll
to
end the inning after a lot of scoring.
bullpen
So it's 4 runs
replacements.
for 'em. We go to the top of the 7th and into the box for Baltimore. Colton Cowser. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
0-1.
Next pitch is downstairs. Liner, base hit.
And so Colton Cowser going to start off the game with a start off the inning with a base hit. 3 more runs to go. 3 more innings to go,
He's
rather.
already homered in this game.
Baseball is very much a game where it's not over till it's over.
And it's 0-1.
Till that third out in the bottom of the 9th has been recorded, anything is possible. That's why I think it's stupid that colleges and high schools have run rules.
On the ground to third might be 2. There's 1. Plenty of time.
Devers
First
to
hits a
Bregman
double
to
play.
Casas. 5-4-3 double play. The first one that either team I think has managed to turn all day.
Jordan Westburg, the
Um,
next to hit for the Orioles. Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
We left Crawford in during this inning specifically to handle the
Big swing and a miss.
two lefties, and Westberg really doesn't hit lefties terribly well either.
And that's where
And he's
swing
got him.
gets a strikeout. Orioles.
On to the 8th inning.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Leading off for the Red Sox, designated hitter,
We are going to go. I would rather use my. Luis Perales is actually a. You'll notice his stamina is a 74. He's actually a starter. But he's a 67 overall reliever, which isn't terrible. Or I guess that's what his overall is as a starter. Yoshida, nope, that's going to be a line out center field.
Makes the grab.
But I would rather use him now because as a younger guy, I don't have as much confidence of him going forward into the postseason. That whole sentence was just a jumbled up mess of words. I hope you got what I'm saying. As Connor Wong grounds out to the third baseman. Wilyer Abreu is up now. He got the scoring started. He has reached base 2 other times. Besides that,
that is cut on and missed. 0-1.
Well, sometimes as left-handed hitter, you know you're going to
excuse me, he's reached base 1 other time besides that.
So why not go up there ready?
The math wasn't mathing. It didn't math right in my head. I saw the 667 average, and I for some reason thought, okay, 3 for 4.
And a swing and a miss.
But now he's 2 for 4.
Strikes. And good work there.
3 for 4 would be 750. Yes, Luis Perales will come into the game. I actually think this might be the first time he's pitched all year. That's why they're giving us this scouting report. His stuff's really not great. I guess they brought him up to have another pitcher besides,
hit on the ground to the right side.
to cover the Garrett Crochet spot. But I'm willing to give him the last 2 innings of this game.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
The way the brackets sorted itself out to, we actually have a chance at playing.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see
if we were to go that far, we've got a chance at playing New York in the ALCS, which that would be a hell of a series.
There. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken back as you jog back to the dugout. And that's in the dirt. This guy's a fun guy to watch.
He
battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off.
I will be upping the difficulty after this game. We're in the playoffs now. We're good, but we're not this good.
It's the second baseman, Jorge Mateo. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1.
Although I do think we match up pretty well with the Orioles.
On that fastball.
So it's not unrealistic, but I think realistically if we played a team like the Yankees or the Dodgers or even Atlanta, I think we would get blown out. We should get blown out there. It should be a sweep. Morales has 2 strikeouts now in his major league debut, essentially.
He was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
How's that? Coming in the top of the 8th inning in Game 1 of the AL Division Series.
Next offering is
AL Wild Card, excuse me. For your MLB debut.
That's a little bit low.
His understanding of the strike zone.
He locks it down though, and he has a good postseason. He will get a roster spot. He strikes out the side, and that is the 4th time he struck out. I think that was Cedric Mullins. This is the 4th time he's gone down today. 2 for 2 for Nick Senzel today. And they have a lefty now, so Mullins manages to track it down. That goes a long way, but
Ceddanne Rafaela getting ready to hit.
He was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Foul ball there.
The thing would be is if we make the World Series,
pushed foul.
There would be a chance for Garrett Crochet to pitch.
Swing and a ground ball.
Rafael, I don't
On the
think he's going to
run,
make
throw to
it.
first.
Oh, pulled him off the line.
He's safe.
Okay, so
And
some
nice
fielding
job
mishaps
there
for
to keep
the
it from getting away.
Orioles today.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Jarren Duran, despite winning the batting title, is 0 for 4 today. The only person that had done anything. We're going to try something.
But that one just got away from him a little bit, and he couldn't stay on the bag at first.
Can't pick it up with
And
the
he reached.
no throw, safe at first.
I said, we're going to try something.
It doesn't surprise anyone when he gets on base by dropping down.
Hey, I got the achievement by any means. Successfully drag bunt for a base hit.
To his advantage and showing off his skills with the bat.
And
That was very
now,
nice.
for something
One down. Now it's Alex
completely
Bregman.
different.
Here's the pitch. It's a double steal. There's
That
the
is
ball.
inside for ball
Going
one.
third.
We get the double steal.
Double steal.
Got some speed on the base path. These are
Ground ball.
the
left
two
side.
fastest players we have active currently, because Hamilton is faster than
Runner scores
Rafaela,
from
but
third.
he's obviously not playing.
Rafael Devers up to hit.
All right, Rafael Devers is a triple shy of the cycle. Will he get it? Probably not, but it's neat to think about.
Runner breaks for third. Pitch in for a
That's
strike.
a strike.
And the
Duran
throw's
will
offline,
reach
safe
third.
at third.
They're merciless. I'd say
So he's reached base once, but he's made the most of it. He's got 2 steals.
Probably won't be received well in the other dugout.
Here comes the 0-1. In the air, center field.
Yeah, it does not go into it.
And that is that.
All right, well, we do get 1 run.
1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left.
We
We're
got-
on to the 9th in
Let's
game
stick that in
1.
then.
Red
Bregman.
Sox 8 and the Orioles 1.
Yes, Bregman got Rafaela in. Top of the 9th inning. This is potentially the last half inning of the game. We have decided to leave Perales in the game. Only thrown 17 pitches, and that's a good start. 1 pitch, 1 out. And Perales, the pitch count is really not an issue. He's got his stamina's in the 70s because he's a starter.
3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
But I'd be more than happy to give him a spot in the bullpen next year. He's been excellent. Bregman is going to get all the play for this last half inning.
Bregman is on.
Okay.
2 up, 2 down.
1 out left for the Orioles.
Orioles down to their final out.
And of course
Now
have
the
time to
left
recover,
fielder, Tyler
as there are
O'Neill.
2 more games left in the series.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Because they do have to win
One to chase pitches
the next
off the
one. That's
plate,
why
but
in a
he
3-game series game, oh, and that's a home run. Tyler O'Neill
Back there.
takes a Perales deep.
And
We
that
won't hold it
ball
against
is
him.
gone.
4:05, and
He
that
circles
is
the
going to.
bases. It's 8-2.
What did I say? Until the last out, it's not over.
Now here is Colton Cowser.
But game 1 in a 3-game series is so friggin' important because all you've got to do after that is win 1 more. Oh, and that one's going to bounce off of the monster.
That's back there. And it's off the green monster. And into second easily with a 2-out double.
So that was got a
Couple
good
hits in
arm.
a row for him here. Put a really nice balanced swing on it. And
So a
when you
home
can
run
whip one into the gap like that, you're thinking
and a
extra
double
bases
off the
for
monster.
first couple.
Into center and a base
That might
hit.
bring him around to score. I know he's going to come.
Here's the throw to the plate. Tag,
And he's in
scores.
safely. So
And it's 8-3.
2 outs here. The
And at
Orioles have
first,
scored 2
Jordan
runs. I'm
Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. And it hits
Oh, I
off
missed
the
it.
monster. Coming home. He will score.
It is now a 4-run game. As with 2 outs, we see a home run, a double, and a triple. Okay, let's get the kids settled down here. I think we need to go. Let's get Slayton and Chapman both warming up, just in case. Mound visit, calm him down. Say, hey, it's all good. You've got 4 more runs to work with, and you've got 2 outs. Only to get 1 more. He's throwing strikes.
Now it's going to be Adley Rutschman.
Adley Rutschman up.
First pitch fastball is in for a
There's a
strike.
lot of tough outs in this Orioles lineup.
They're down to their final
There's
strike.
two more
Perhaps
strikes.
not quite ready to hit.
Last
Two
strike
pitches
of the
followed
game
for a couple of strikes. Now back is against
for the
wall. He's gonna have
Orioles.
to figure something out and figure it
Kicks,
out.
delivers,
Ripped to right.
and Abreu will get there. Red Sox win. We get the first playoff win of the series. Cutter Crawford had a very good start. 14 hits. Orioles, they could have done more of that earlier. It would have gotten a little scary. Or if they wouldn't have had 2 outs, because they would have probably scored. If they would have only had an out or no outs on that one, they probably would have managed to bring another run home. Let's look at the box score here. I don't want to spend too terribly much time on this because, like I said, we are trying to get through the whole series. Bernardino gets the hold. Perales with a kind of a rough debut. He got through the first inning just fine. Got 3 strikeouts. Second inning, his second inning of work, gave up the home run, and then the triple, or a home run, a double off the monster, a triple. So, not great. Devers does get player of the game, and I will be upping the difficulty because I think that last inning, that was more they took advantage of a bad pitcher. So. 1-0. Atlanta takes a 1-0 series lead on San Diego, and nobody else has played yet. So, nope, that's not what I want. Gameplay. General. We are going to up it to All-Star. And I'm going to go ahead and save in case we have a crash or something. Okay. It's advanced day. Win. Atlanta has already advanced. Cincinnati up 1-0. Minnesota up 1-0 on Houston. All right, let's see what happens. Walker Buehler sustained an injury. So did we win or not? We get the win, and we will be playing the Tigers. And we win 7-0. Brayan Bello actually came in and got the win, which is kind of crazy because that would have probably been his start anyway. Who was the Tristan Casas, Abreu, and Yoshida all had home runs. Duran, Casas, Wong, Wilyer, Abreu with RBIs. Walker Buehler pitched a third of an inning, got a strikeout, and then got hurt. Perales came in, got an inning of work, and got out of it, so that's good. Brayan Bello did 4 2/3, 3 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. So we do get the win in round 1 of the playoffs. So, did we see what the other series did? Houston and Minnesota tied. Cincinnati advances on Milwaukee, so we'll see who wins the next one. Houston. Boston versus Detroit, Houston versus New York, Philadelphia versus Cincinnati, and Los Angeles versus Atlanta. That sucks for Atlanta. So I'm predicting Philly and Los Angeles out of the National League. I really think it could be us in New York, but we'll see. We will go ahead and actually we'll leave it right here, and then we'll start the next episode. That'll be the next round. Hopefully, I think I would like to do a round per episode, but it's going to be a little bit harder in the later rounds because of because there's more games. In a 7-game series, it's hard to manage that out. So it may be like 2 games at a time or something. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. That's going to, yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Red Sox Franchise. If you are excited for the postseason and the chance that we have it to run, please leave a like. That episode really wasn't too bad. And we will come into the next episode figuring out who's going to start us off against Detroit because they will have Tariq Skubal on the mound and then Jake Flaherty. Flaherty, of course, Skubal was a Cy Young winner last year. Flaherty was the runner-up to Crochet. And we, of course, don't have Crochet. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Friar Chuck saying bye-bye.